Hello, I'm Diana. What are we seeing here? We're seeing my face with natural makeup and no eyebrows done yet. Because I realized that most makeup tutorials, including my own, skip right over the eyebrow part, and maybe that's the part you want to know. So as we talk today, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows without speeding it up or cutting out any parts, in case you want to know. Boy, I don't like this look at all. I feel like I'm in the 1920s or I'm a ghost. This is what we're going to use today. I'm a big fan of Benefit brow products. In fact, I think I'm only going to use these two products today. I'm going to use Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. It looks like this. It has a nice thick angled tip on it, and then on the other side there is a spoolie. That's very helpful for combing through whatever you just did to yourself. We are going to be using that pencil, and then we're also going to be using this little mascara type product that I have worn the entire label off of. Is Benefit Gimme Brow. I love these names, they always entertain me. But before we do that, we're going to make sure that nothing needs to be trimmed or shaved. And what do I mean by that? What are we going to do? We are going to either use these little tiny scissors to trim, and we're going to use this tiny little blade to shave off anything that's out of place. Out of place, what does that mean? Out of place could mean you don't want hair there, you don't want that shape, but those hairs could be totally in place for somebody else. So it's really a personal decision. So we're going to be using these shades. This is 3.5. I have a medium brown hair, and then I'm going to be using 4 in the Gimme Brow, just to let you know. First, what we're going to do is take a good hard look at this face here. Now let me tell you, every face is asymmetrical. We have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to know what we're dealing with. And when we're being honest with ourselves, that means not looking at our best angles and not putting on any filters. We're going to take a good hard look at our face and decide where these eyebrows need to go, want to go, look best. So I can see right now that this eyebrow is decently shaped. It's a little thin, it's a little sparse, but it's decently shaped. So I have a shape there that I'm going to try to copy on this side. And if I'm going to be honest about this side is always much higher than this side. It just naturally goes there. I don't love that it does that. I'm just being honest with myself, and I'm not going to get botox. So what am I going to do? I need to bring this eyebrow down to the level of this one. That's not so easy, because take a good hard look at my face. Look how much higher it is. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to brush these things down, and I'm going to take a look at where the tops are. There's a lot to clean up in here, so this is good for this video. There's not much to brush down, especially on this side where there's hardly an eyebrow. And we're going to take our little razor, and I'm going to take off, like if I want to see where I need to go, I'm going to go straight across. I can see that there's a bit much right here. I'm going to go ahead and shave that down. And that means that I am going to shave off a little bit of my makeup too, but I can touch that up with concealer later. Okay. Did I do it? Looks like a little bit more. And yes, this does mean that I'm going to look very lopsided without makeup at home, and who cares? Some people feel like they need to look perfect. Getting right out of bed, perfect. Why? Why would you feel the need to look perfect getting right out of bed? Let's be real. Okay, I'm brushing them back up. We're going to get a better look here. Okay, And now when I brush it up, I'm going to trim off any hairs that go above the line that I want for my eyebrow. This eyebrow is surprisingly okay. I do see some underneath I might want to clean up. We're not doing underneath yet. I did cause myself a little irritation up here with the shaver. And like I said, I'll be covering that with concealer later, and I will give it a chance to calm down. This is looking much more even, and it looks like I'll be able to fill in order to match this one. So in order to match this one, I have to create this one. I am going to take care of those couple of eyebrow hairs that are a little bit low here. But not too much. Sometimes I like some stray hairs so it looks more natural. What does stray hair mean? Why shouldn't we have hair wherever it grows? I don't know. Okay. How are we looking? We're looking a little more even. All right. It's time to create this eyebrow. Now, when I say we're going to create this eyebrow, there's a certain shape that I want here. I want it to go here, here, and then I want it to angle back toward the top of my ear where it connects to my head. And maybe I will tuck my hair behind my ear so that we can see where that is. So use a light hand. You can always go back and put more on later, but it's kind of hard to take it back out. I love the way this eyebrow pen is shaped at this angle because it allows you to use the tip to draw in individual hairs, and it allows you to use the flatter portion to do more filling in. I'm going to use kind of the side of the angle, and I'm just going to lightly start to go in the direction in a straight line that I can see my eyebrow is already going. I'm going to start here at the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to slightly, and I'm just going to follow that shape. Okay, all I did was draw on the lower line. Now I'm going to lightly draw on the upper line, starting from inner corner of my eye. You got to be super light on the inside, okay? So we start very light here. And I'm just going to go across the top in a straight line. I'm not trying to fill it in yet, guys. Okay, so all I did was outline the bottom and the top. And now I'm going to do a couple strokes here at the front so they look like individual hairs with the little tiny tip of it. Already so much better. And now I'm going to use that same tip to draw individual hairs to fill it in a bit. Starting from the bottom and the middle, not going above that top line that I drew. Wow, so much better already. I am always amazed at how much eyebrow makeup can change your face. Okay, now I'm going to fill in the tail. The tail I'm going to angle back toward this portion of my ear, lightly drawing hairs in place and tapering toward the end. It really didn't take much to do that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. This looks like how my natural brow would look if I still had hair there and if I didn't pluck it out in the 90s. Now I'm going to lightly brush it down and then lightly brush it up to blend it. I don't want any hard lines in there by accident. Okay, now I'm brushing up. Great. Okay, this is the eyebrow we are going to model. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Well, we are looking at the anemic brow over here. So let's put the hair back down just for symmetry's sake. Okay, here we go. We're going to copy. Let's just pause and look at the miraculous change here. Okay, guys, let's just pause and look. No eyebrow. Wonderful eyebrow. I almost feel like we don't need to do the Gimme Brow mascara, but we will do it for consistency's sake. Let's go and copy the other eyebrow now. Okay, what do? We're going to trace the bottom line where it should be. This is kind of not the easiest part because You really have to keep stepping back, virtually, and just stopping talking sometimes. You just want to make sure that you're stopping, and you're looking, and you're doing each line very light so that you can make changes if you need to. You don't want to heavy-handedly draw in the wrong direction. You're going to end up having to redo all your makeup on this side. Okay, so I'm just lightly trying to match what's going on here. What am I doing? Corner of my eye to the arch. Now this part is always really hard for me. On this eye I have some scar tissue, and drawing over it always becomes an issue. It always wants to drag and go in a weird line. So scar tissue can be a little difficult, so take light strokes. Okay, that one went a little downward. I'm just going to wipe that up. Okay, I think I have a good bottom line here. It's a little sparse because that scar tissue is causing me an issue. I feel like that will all even out later. Okay, now I'm going to draw the top line from the inner corner of my eye. Did it match the other one? Pretty close. You know, they don't have to be perfectly matched. Our eyebrows are never perfectly matched. Okay, I think I got a good bottom line and a good top line. And now I'm going to draw the individual hairs going up from the inner corner of my eye. And over my scar tissue. Okay, we're getting there. Keep stepping back, see what you're missing. Does it match? It's matching. It's amazing. It doesn't always go as planned. Every once in a while, you have to start over if you're not being careful. So I try to be careful. Okay, now take a look at where your arch starts. This arch kind of starts about here, and hey, my kitten is being loud. So my arch starts about at the edge of where my, what's this green part called? Iris? I don't know if this is the iris or the black part's the iris, but where the edge of your colored part of your eye starts, where the ring is, that's usually where your arch is. And that's where my arch is, so I have to be careful not to go too much beyond that. It kind of peaks a little bit beyond that, so I'm going to be conscious of it. Okay, so it peaks just a little bit beyond the colored ring. Okay, here we go. We are going to now draw individual lines in the arch, aiming back toward where my ear connects to my head. Here we go. Remember that you're going very light-handed. It doesn't take much. Almost symmetrical. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're perfectly symmetrical because nobody is. So you can aim for close. Close is good enough. And how far do you want to drag these tails? It's kind of up to you. I like them about here where my temple starts. That seems to be what works best for me. And what works best for you is what works best for you. I'm going to bring this one a little bit. I'm going to fill it in right here. Light strokes. And looks like this one, the arch is a little closer to my iris. This one's a little further. Maybe I'll drag this one out a little bit more. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now I have to brush down in my left one. Lightly, lightly. You don't want to move this stuff too much. You just want to blur it a bit. Now up. I can see some places where that brow mascara is really going to help fill in the patchy parts. I think that looks excellent, if I do say so myself. Now, this is the Gimme Brow Brow Mascara. I use this in a slightly darker color, so you also really want to go, I want to go more lightly with this. Okay, I just kind of take off the extra that's there, and I'm going to make sure all the extra is gone, and then I'm going to start from the bottom, brush it up. Ooh, there's still some extra there that was a bit much. I got it. Brush it through the bottom, always brushing upwards and outwards. Okay, I think that is an excellent filled in brow. Now, of course, it does look a little dark, and that is going to diminish once I put some loose powder over it, and you will see that. Let's do the other one. But going dark like this first and then putting powder over it helps my eyebrows stay on like this all day, which is very nice. Okay. So what we did today was a very careful brow look. Now this is like if I was going to be on camera or go to somebody's wedding or go out at night, I would be this careful. And you should be this careful because the brows are the frame of your face. You want to frame your face nicely. You want to be careful with them. Let's go ahead and put powder over this so you can see a final look. Yeah, they do look a little intense right now. I do admit that. I'm going to be using this normal, Coty Airspun finishing loose face powder that everybody has always had forever and ever. And if you don't have it, you might want to go get it because it's a really good loose face powder. Okay. Loose powder? Loose face powder? I don't like the way either one of those sounds. Here we go. I'm going to just lightly tap it off back into the container with this brush here. And I'm going to lightly dot over my eyebrows. Look at the difference. Look how that just blended in. It's like magic. Makeup magic. Alright, here we go again. We're going to do the other one. Hey, these eyebrows look pretty darn good, if I do say so. Sometimes when I'm editing these videos I realize that I missed one little bit and I hope that I didn't this time. But, that's something you can clean up in real life if you look in the mirror long enough. Right now I'm looking into a camera, so I do miss bits here and there, but I think this is probably one of the best eyebrows, one of the best eyebrow looks I've done in a while because I really cared about being careful. Here's a nice close-up look. Made a huge difference. I was watching a makeup artist on YouTube that I really liked, and she skipped right over the eyebrows. And I was like, wait, I wanted to see that. And then I realized I do that too. I hope you liked this unsped up version of me doing my eyebrows. It certainly wouldn't take you as long as it took me today. There was just a lot of talking. Be careful with your brows. They are the frame of your face. If you liked this video, you'll probably like this next one. I will see you soon.